All right, Carrie, CW, we're live.
Uh,
Welcome, everybody. I dressed up for the occasion here, showing off my non existent chest hair.
so did I.
And what's that?
So did I. I got my clean, nice shirt on.
Yeah? Is it a customer shirt?
No, it's a Gildan shirt though. Nice $2
Oh.
shirt.
Well, it's Sunday. It's September 26th. And we're going to basically get it started off to talk about my week rack week, which is pretty easy. I had a pretty good week. And then Gerry will run through his week, and then we'll do some shout outs like we normally do here. Got a fine crew in the old chat here. All good, of course. We got Michael Kruger, Shamir,
Ready?
Gerry. We got CW, and we got MDB. So we'll go through, though, everybody here in a second. Yeah, let's see here. What happened last week, Gerry? We had an amazing Monday.
That I don't think
I
neither one
didn't
of us
do
took advantage of.
No, I didn't do shit. I actually took some shit off. I actually reduced a little bit of risk, deleveraged a tad bit, which is the stupidest thing to be doing, but you just never know, you know. Carter 2.0 in the hot seat, you know, so who knows. So last week, if I can find the freaking I took off $525 worth of premium in profits last week. So I'm sitting at 26.46 on the month so far. So we got what, 4 days left. So I might hit my $3,000 goal. It's another what, $350. That should be no problem to hit. And I hate taking off shit just to meet my goal. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's a 30% profit. Let me just take it off anyway. But it is what it is. I didn't put a lot on last week either, though, which is kind of odd. I really waited till Friday because that whole expiry on November 5th didn't open up until Thursday. And then, you know, Friday rolled around and there were some more strikes available on that. So on Friday, I put on some RKs, I put on some QQQs, and I put on some spies, and then I put an AWM on. And that's all I put on last week. So I actually did take $525 in profit last week, and that's including taking a BABA off for a loss of $108. And that was just really because I wanted to deleverage a little bit. And I felt that Baba was a 125, by the way, and I just felt like I could get down there. I left my 115s on because I feel like that's pretty good down at 115. You know, I mean, it's a chickadee China, the Chinese chicken stock, so who knows if that thing will go to zero or go to $10 or whatever. Who knows? You know, I mean, it's Baba. It's a freaking solid company, but I just don't trust the Chinese people over there. You know, it's like who knows where that thing's going. It might go to 110 to 115, 120 area if you look at this chart. So I just felt like I'd get out of its way, take $100 loss, and then wipe that out with some gains. So just to be done with it, and then I'll keep my 115s on. As it sits right now, $46,000 in maintenance margin, which is 15% buying power. So I'm running quite light right now, about $3,000 cooking, and I still got those BABA long leaps, which are killing me. I'm down over $3,000 in those, $3,500 in those actually alone. So I might actually add a couple of those if BABA gets down to 115, 120 area. I might actually add one or two. They're so dirt cheap at this point. They're worth a third of what I paid for them. So yeah, $46,000 maintenance margin, 15% buying power used, 20 positions open, 33 contracts. So I'm running a light, and you know, I mean, it is what it is. The market's 140 points up right now. Looks like CL's up. Looks like we're up across the board. All indices, including crypto cornhole. So let me go. Let Gerry go through his numbers, and then we'll talk about the looming issues this week with the government, right? So, all right, Gerry, take it off.
Yeah, I had a decent week. Didn't like I said, like you said, didn't take advantage of the Mondays so much. There were a couple plays I made that where I did take advantage on that Monday. I didn't open up very much stuff. I opened up 8 positions last week. Already closed 2 of them. Those are the 2 of the opportunities that I took advantage of. But I closed like 16 positions for a total. What was my total? Total profit last week of $655.01. 1 penny. So
The penny counts.
the penny counts, baby. So I still got $3,025.78 of premium cooking. It's about 26% buying power used and only 23,700 in maintenance margin. Now, what did I put on? I waited till Friday to put the majority of this stuff on as well. I put on an RK, a GDXJ, a Lemonade, and one of my weirdo ones, which was Tapestry. And the 2 that I took advantage of was oil on Monday. I sold 2 contracts on Oxy and 1 on XOP that I closed in 2 days and 3 days respectively for about 70% profit. So those were the 2 quick hitters for the week. But other than that, 26%, I still got some room to go. I like to go up to 30. We'll just see what the market brings. I'm not going to push it. So
I find it amazing that you have $3,000 cooking with 26,000 maintenance margin. Oh man,
that's how I like to do it.
That's the rut for you. Because I got basically almost double of the amount of maintenance margin, and I have about $3,000 on them. So yeah, but it is riskier.
I am a little risky, so I like I said, everybody that follows me on Wednesdays knows all the stuff that I buy and sell. So it's not for the. But I mean, I will say, we've been in a bull market, so what the hell? But the ones that I do get trapped by are the ones that I don't freaking pay any attention to a chart on. It's usually, oh, I like that premium, let me sell that. And then it comes back and bites me in the ass.
I thought you always look at the chart.
What I'm saying is the ones that I don't ever look at a chart, because there's some that I play that just like Vizio, Smith and Wesson. I'll just throw one out there if the premium's right, and I won't even look. But usually, sometimes some of those that I don't look at, they'll come back and they'll bite.
So tell us how your Ford went, because I know it was down, I think, on Monday. Did you?
Yeah, I closed Ford out. I had to wait. I tried to get out of it. I tried to get out of it the Friday before.
Yeah, and you couldn't.
But I couldn't. It wouldn't fill. So I ended up getting out on, let's see, when was that? That was Thursday. I ended up getting out at Thursday at about, I don't know what that was, 60-70% profit. So,
and I'll have you know that I got my XBI with a profit. So,
hey, that's why I opened that XOP on Monday. I opened that XOP up on Monday, did a 70 strike, collected $1.15, and 3 days later closed it for 35 cents. So,
well, this week actually might. Let's see. Let me see how far I need to go out for it. I might actually open up a thing. 54 days. Ah, darn. Yeah, it's only got monthly, so yeah, maybe I'll put a Fang Strangle. Who knows? But yeah, so we do have a government shutdown looming. I think what, the 30th, and they're most likely going to shut it down. I think, because both sides are going to play chicken, right? So, and that kind of brings up the whole. During the pandemic, should they be shutting the government down? The government, right? I don't know. I don't give a rat's ass what the hell they do.
What do they do?
I get no money from the government ever.
They make everything worse.
Yeah, I almost prefer them to just shut down for forever. Probably people beat me up for that. But what do I ever see from the government? Nothing. Ever. And I give them a lot of my money. A lot of money. So yeah, government shutdown coming, which I think will tank the market, which is good for us. It's premium sellers. It's good. So I do think that we're at a crossroads right now. I was just looking at the chart today. I was looking at SPY, and James and I were looking at SPY chart, and I don't think I can share this out either. Darn it! Let me see. Share screen. Let's see here. I don't know. Well, let me do it. So if you look at a SPY chart, a daily, and you draw like a line across the top like this, with a slant, we're sitting right there at that line. We've come up, back up to the line again. And so I think we could reverse and go the other way, hence the reason why the thumbnail says what it says. Rug pull coming, question mark, because we're at a crossroads, and I think they could just turn this market down and go down the other way and then drop below and, eventually test that 200 period average, which would be a good thing if we got down that far. Load up the tank, load up the boat.
Where are we at in relation to the 200?
We're quite a ways away still. Yeah, we're ways away. So I would say that Monday low that we had, we'd have to go down, like 2 more times that amount. So, and from where we're at now, so it's just, it'd be a pretty good pullback, and we're due for one, which would bring a lot of fresh money that's sitting on the sidelines into the market, which would be good. Allow us to load up the boat, maybe just, sell a bunch of TQQQs, So Matt and I were talking about that last night. I was just looking at it this morning, actually, and I was like, man, I could stick some January 2024s on, Gerry, some 70 strikes, and put on 60 of those. Put on 60 of those damn things and bring in like 90K. It's like, oh my God. But it's not a good way to go. I don't like that. I couldn't go out 2 years plus, even though it's, 60 of those for 90K, which would honestly be close to what I'd be getting anyway, but still, it's to lock it up. It's a 16% move down, by the way. It's 50% move down, but it's a triple, it's a 3Xer, so it's honestly only like a 16% move down, which is still good, but I don't know. All right, let's do some shout outs here, Gerry. We got Michael Kruger over here.
Freddie.
What's going on, Freddie? We got All Good. Let's see here. Davey Pooh and G-Dub. Yeah, G-Dub. GW. Let's see here. Evening, gents. What's going on, Shamir? Gerry. What's going on, Gerry? You got, CW. What should say CM on there for?
CMF. What's the MF stand for?
Probably mother effer. That's exactly what it is now that I think about it. Knowing her. Oh my God.
It's mother FN.
Mother effer.
No, mother
yeah,
FN.
You're right. Okay, fine. MDB, hello. Okay, so let's highlight my weekend has arrived. What's UT stand for? Is that YouTube?
I think it's an emoji that didn't work out.
I think so too, but I don't know what kind of your thank you. I don't know. Let's see here. Chucky. What's going on, Chucky? Mark Ryan. Let's see. Sinks lower and lower. My worst divvy pair by far. Let's take a look at that one. That's Hormel, right?
Yeah, I think it's a dividend king, if I recall.
I think it is too. That doesn't mean shit. It just means they probably won't.
Food stocks are just. It's suffering from the COVID.
Wow.
Relief.
So that was a pandemic play, right? Everybody's going to stock up on their canned foods and shit.
Yeah, it's right there at. Let's see where to go. Yeah, it's right there at the March 2020.
Yeah,
levels
it is
right now.
The thing is, my question is, with these companies like this, Hormel and what's another one, Campbell's Soup, and all those really like Walmart type of foods, like real low quality type of food, right? I'm not saying that Walmart has, only low quality food, but the Hormel, the Campbell, and there's some more of them, obviously. They're not very good ingredients.
Well, there's no innovation there.
That's what I'm saying. And everybody is kind of going that way. They're going towards a more healthy way. They might not be going the route that I'm going, but people are looking for healthier options, right? So with no innovation there and no healthy options, and Campbell Soups is like terrible. They got some nasty ingredients in those damn things. Are they ever going to change?
I don't know. But, I don't know about this Hormel because it's a dividend king, but it's only paying like 2.5%.
It's about
kind of
2.5%
expensive for
more
what
than
it
Apple
is.
and Microsoft.
Yeah, but it's still kind of, 25 PE is pretty damn expensive for a food stock, I think.
21 Ford PE. But yeah.
It's still a little hot for a food stock.
But it's
Low
still,
growth,
the question is why is it lower than what the price was in, say, early 2020, right? It shouldn't be lower than that. I mean,
No, I don't think it deserves where it's at right now.
it seems like to me it should be about $44, so around there.
Could possibly be a stock to buy, but
Well, I'd say this for Mark Ryan, $40 seems to be a pretty good number. It's not going to go much lower than where it's at now. It's what is it? I mean, it's already at $40 now. She's 40.80. So let's say the low is probably like 39, somewhere around there. So it's pretty much. If it goes any lower than that, then we got a problem, folks. Let's look at the monthly. Let's just look at this thing. Yeah, I don't really see it going much lower than $39. But that's like I said, everybody's going to healthier options now. And if you don't have a healthier option, you're going to become a Kodak.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to look at with some of these. General Mills is another one. Kraft Heinz.
General Mills has a lot. Number one, General Mills is a lot more healthier than Kellogg's is. So they already have a leg up there. They can easily switch, I think, their products around. And they even have a keto cereal, by the way. But
yes.
That's
what I'm saying. You got to look for these companies that are making that move, and I don't know if Hormel is or not.
Yeah. Well, Campbell Soup, I don't think is.
Not
yeah,
that
you're
I've
right, General Mills. Well, I think your worst days are probably over with, Mark. At least that's what I think. I honestly don't see it going a lot lower than 39. If it does, they got some issues going on. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and if you're in it for the divvy, this is actually what you want.
That's true. That's true. They should be cutting. So, dividend king. A lot of companies take that. I mean, they'll lay off employees. They'll do whatever they can do before they cut that dividend. So,
yeah.
See here, como estás? Baba is a grenade. Yeah, Baba. Man. I don't know. We'll see. Baba Ran.
I was like, is Dave gonna know that one? I was like, I'm dating myself.
Of course I'm gonna know it. That was that's Beach Boys, right? Well, we got the Jan and Dean.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I grew up on that stuff. John Arnold, what's going on, John? All good. Investing, nice shirt. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. A Chinese piece of shit grenade equals Baba. Is that what POS is?
Yeah. Or point of sale?
Point of sale, yeah, exactly. Let's see here. All good's laughing. We got Mikaru. There's Mikaru. Haven't seen her in a long time. I noticed you commented on one of your videos, so you must be in her good graces. Good to have you here. All good. All good. Migaru must be working a lot on a weekend. So, um, we need to get her into options for sure. So, GW audio low.
Is it still? As I turned it up.
This actually sounds all right to me. Let's see here. I have no idea what that is. All I know is bad words in a few different languages. So, yeah, chica de madre. You know what? I know that one. What else want I know? Cilantro. No, that's not a bad one. What?
She
Let
said
me
stop.
see. I know some
While you're
Italian
ahead.
too, because I mean I'm Italian, so I used to hear my grandparents and I used to hear my mom like argue back and forth and stuff, and that's all you catch is the bad words, you know. So, um, yeah, fungu, you know. So, chicken de madre, yeah, that's the only one. So I know that one. I heard that one in. Used to say that one all the time, but that one actually was in Gran Turismo, whatever the Grand Theft Auto was in there. I heard one of the Mexican guys say it in there. It was hilarious. With a bouncing car and stuff. Let's see here. What's that?
Genial? What is that?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You see here, grinding retire. Let me see. Let me read it over here so I don't screw it up. Jerry got on me last night. You guys here, we're going to provide humanitarian aid to the Tali. I mean Afghanistan. Um,
I haven't heard anything about Afghanistan.
Well, I heard that we could be sending them money, but then I've heard a lot of people say we're not going to be sending them any money. But I mean, why would we send them money, but we can't even send Israel money for their freaking Iron Dome? I mean, come on. And I think they finally said we're going to be sending money for the Iron Dome, and it's only $1 billion. Like $1 billion is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. You know what I mean? When we leave 60 70 trillion or 60 70 billion dollars worth of equipment over there, but we can't send $1 billion worth of stuff over there for one of the only countries that actually has democracy.
That Iron Dome is pretty badass.
I think before that it was Patriots, because I don't know if the Patriots is just like Iron Dome 2.0, but yeah, it is pretty killer. Let's see here. So Afghanistan, I think they killed somebody and then hung up the body in like the town or something like that, so everybody could see it or whatever. Yeah, it's getting back to the way it was. What do you expect? Rebecca, what's she doing here? I thought she was working 10,000 hours a day or something.
Oh, yeah, I thought she was doing the 500-hour weeks.
Oh, actually, she's yeah, that's another 10 days away or something like that. So, welcome, Rebecca. I'm thinking of buying Amazon on Monday for the long term. How much are those Leap? Couldn't you just buy a Leap?
Sheesh.
It'd be a lot cheaper. Wait, couldn't you do a homeless strategy on it? The homeless strategy would be perfect on Amazon. You don't see Amazon going a lot down to $2,500 or something, right? So you can just sell a put down there and then buy 2 calls or buy a call.
I don't know. $3,000 puts could be the way to go.
I'm not saying don't own it. I think Amazon's a great company. I think it's probably one of the best companies probably to be long on for the long haul. I would probably bet on Amazon more than I'd bet on Apple any day. I'd take on Amazon long before I'd take on Apple.
Yeah, Amazon is just so freaking diversified. It's unreal.
There's probably some people that are going to disagree with me, but I just think that Apple is a one-trick pony, and that they're set up for the future, in my opinion. Apple's really not. I'd throw even Microsoft up there higher than Apple probably, but I don't know. Let's see how much shit I get for that one. Let's see here. What's going on? We got Thumper in the house here.
Oops.
Thumps, late to the party, just on time, buddy. That's your low audio. Still? I think she's behind. Let's see here. Hey, Dave and Gerry. Funny how we can shut down the government. But provide aid to the Afghanistan. Yeah. This sums it up right here. Oh, man.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. What? Gerry doesn't get triggered?
Not like you.
Oh, man. I do. Wait, you get triggered pretty. Yeah, you're just as bad.
No, I will. It depends. I'm actually. You probably a lot of you guys don't know this, but I'm a lot more reserved on live stream.
Yeah, he is. I'm not really reserved on live stream I'm just not really reserved. I kind of just although I did get 5 unsubs from 2 streams ago, so people didn't like what
I'm very reserved on my videos. I'm a lot less reserved here, but I'm not all the way unreserved.
This is real world shit though right here. You know? This is people dying. It's
stupid that, a government shutdown is like a big deal. Like, who gives a crap? I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I just don't. Because I really have a disdain for the government, especially the federal government. Not so much for local government as much, because I actually feel like I could get some use out of that crap, but a license and stuff to drive a car and all that. I mean, that's all just, stupid stuff to begin with. But, but the federal government, come on, they're really the only reason they really should exist is for security of the country. That's it. But they can't even do that. So, matter of fact, they make it a point not to do that. Like, isn't that their job? Poor border patrol agents down there doing their job, said to protect the country, to not let illegal people in, but yet, they're being villainized and put on desk duty now. It's like, for a complete lie. So I hate the hypocrisy. I really do.
And it's huge.
What's up, Adarox? What's going on, Adarox? You must have been busy on Thursday. I didn't get to talk to you on Thursday at all. Rebecca, what's chess?
Cheese? I don't know. Chess?
Evening. What's going on, James? Let's see here. Jack, what do you guys think about Everglades? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. And they only have like a 2% exposure to China? Is that what I heard? It's not even a big exposure. Indecent exposure.
China is such a strange freaking country, man. They are. It's totally wild. Look up on YouTube. Look up freaking ghost cities of China. They literally pour billions and billions of dollars to build these cities, and nobody ever lives in them. It's so freaking weird.
What do you think about Everglade? Yeah, Evergrande. I don't know. They just use that as an excuse to tank the market. That's just, that's what they do, though. That's what the market does. They use excuses like that to drop 1,000 points, And buy it up. Yeah, it got bought up. I'm not worried about it. I guess the question is like, how much exposure? I mean, is it an apples to apples comparison to Lehman Brothers? So I don't know. Let's see what excuse they use this week. It's probably gonna be the give me shit down. That's my guess anyway. Let's see here. I'm going to say, let's not say. I'm going soy and gluten free. Pulled out all my Campbell's soup out of the cabinets. To throw away or to donate or to eat? I would honestly keep that in the cabinet or whatever if I already owned it for end of the world food. That's it.
Yeah, because that stuff will keep forever.
Yeah, it's like army food. Going soy free is actually a very good thing as well. Soy will give you man boobs, increase the estrogen in your body, which is a bad thing for both women and men. Too much estrogen causes cancer. So, and you know what you get on a vegetarian diet when you're trying tofu? Tofu's got a lot of soy
The
because it is.
craps,
What's that?
you get soy, you get the soy craps.
Yes, I would definitely get that. I get the backdoor trots for sure. Hey James, I hope you had a good weekend. I probably. I don't know. Tell us. Audio was good. Thanks. Night job. Let's see. What's that one, Gerry?
Heck if I know.
Jabla?
Is that like coffee, please, or something? I don't know.
Jeez. MDB. Let's see here. Swearing. Swearing in Swedish. Oh, is that what it is? Jeez. You gotta say it with a Sweden accent. What's a Sweden accent sound like, Gerry? You can do French pretty good, but
is it Sweden? Sweden. I thought it was Sweden.
You're right. It does sound like that. Oh man. Not to get too political, but
stop. That's funny. That's funny. I love when people start like that. Not to get too political, but I'm going to.
But not to trigger you all, but not to get too political, but I think we should right our shit before trying to help others. We're thinking, yeah, I agree. I've been saying that for a long time. We can't even take care of our own people here, but we want to take care of the world. And honestly, it's not about even take care of the world because I don't think our government cares about other people at all. They care about the resources and all that crap. They don't care about our own people. So, do you think they care about anybody else? Probably not. It's all about resources. You know, how many veterans kill themselves every day? How many homeless people do we have?
I don't think there would be very many countries to come to our aid if we needed it.
No. That's the thing that I noticed when I went on that 1 month trip to Australia. I got the feeling that a lot of people didn't like Americans there. Not saying they didn't, everybody that I ran to, because I was in like a lot of touristy areas, so there's a lot of people that were not American, right? And I got the feeling that they just kind of, snubbed their nose at us. They didn't like us. No wonder. Our government's a piece of shit. I don't know. That's what she's screaming out at night. Let's see here. Howdy, guys. Smash that like button. Hey, thanks a lot, Bill. Rebecca, mission accomplished. So we had Dark Dividend in the house here. Let's see here. Luke. What's up? I'll chat with you guys in half hour after my long lecture. Is he doing a lecture or is he listening to a lecture? Can't you just put a recorder down and then just take off? Come back? Gerry, you frozen? Is Gerry here, folks? Where is Gerry? Where's well, I don't know where Gerry is. He's still here, but he's not here. He probably doesn't even know. Let's see here. Y'all know Gerry's holding back. He's definitely holding back. I can tell you that. He's making me be out the villain, of course. He's definitely holding back. MDB. Imagine if the politicians lost a month of salary for each day the government. Goodness, yeah. How often do you think we would shut down then? I thought they lose their pay, but or I take that back. They actually miss paychecks, but then they catch back up when the government opens back up. Not all the government institutions do that, but in a lot of critical services will stay open too. But my understanding is they miss a paycheck, they miss the next one if it stays shut down for a month or something like that, and then when they open back up, then they do all the back pay. But you're right, all those senators and crap shouldn't get. They should get nothing. They should actually lose that money. I think Gerry's back. What happened, Gerry?
I don't know. Can you see me?
Yeah, you got a small window and it's
my phone now.
what's that? Did your Did you scroll? No. Did your phone blue screen?
No, my computer just crashed, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little choppy. It's sideways, but we can hear you. So I do think that all the people in Senate and House and all that crap, they should just lose the money during the whole time they're shut down. They shouldn't get any back pay either to make up for it. Other services and stuff that people work in, it's debatable. I don't really feel the same way, but did you lock up again, Gerry? I guess so. He's probably rebooting or something. Now I can hear him swearing in the background. Did you reboot while you're... No? Let's see here. I had 2 calls exercised on GT at 17. What is GT? Let's take a look at GT. Goodyear. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Man. Why are they up so much in 1 year? And why are they up so much in the year to date? Why are they up so much 1 year? I wouldn't expect that with nobody driving and stuff during the pandemic. Like travel was just way down. So what, how did they make all their money? Why did it go away? Of course, they've been on a big downtrend since 2018, but maybe they're just making up for that, I guess. Yeah. Let's see here. What did you do? 2 calls exercise in GT at 17. What was your cost basis? Get Gerry back in here. That's better. Hey, Gerry, you ever trade GT?
No, it's on my watch list though.
I was pretty amazed as telling them that it's up 140% in the last year and 65% year to date. What the hell's going on? I mean, it's not. I mean, nobody was driving during the pandemic.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, I wouldn't really, there was no, where were their sales during the 2020? They weren't really getting any tires done then. So,
No, I think a lot of this, run up that it's had is just because it sold off big time in 2018 and 2019. I don't know why, but it's just like it's making up time for that. It's literally back at the price it was back in like 2011, 2013. So
yeah. Now, if you can get cars starting to be produced again, then they could probably keep going up. But with car production so low, they might be having trouble.
Yeah. What do we need? What do we need to make tires, Gerry?
Oil.
Yeah, we need oil. So oil ain't going anywhere. So, Afghanistan get free money from all the U.S. and we pay higher taxes. Yeah. That's one thing you get in this country. You don't support somebody going to war, or you don't support a war, you don't support death, killing people and stuff. Well, guess what? What do you think your taxes go to? Speaking of Amazon, I put on a December 17th, 2645. She's got a strangle. $21. Wow. Take it off at 50. The 4,500 is probably a little aggressive, isn't it? Nah, it's not. It's probably day safe.
Yeah, that's a 20. What is that? 20 something, 25% move up from here till December? I don't think so.
No, I don't see it either. What's he got on the bottom side? 26. This is a Dave play right here.
2,600 is nice.
Yeah, this is a Dave play for sure. Yeah, I like it. I heard 1 in 5 people or something like that are already starting to shop for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So you've already got your Christmas shopping done. Did you just print off some shirts for your wife?
No. Actually, I got to ask my wife what we're doing for Christmas, because she usually she envelopes it every month for the year.
What's that mean? Envelope it.
She takes a 20, a 50 here and there throughout the year and
Out of
stuffs
your
it in
wallet?
an envelope. Whatever, doesn't matter. But usually, I mean, so that we don't, at Christmas we're not like, oh shit, we're spending $1,000 that we don't have or whatever.
I got nobody to get. There's nobody in my life, so there's nobody to get Christmas shit for the last 2019, 2020, or 2021. Oh, it's great to be me. Yeah. Okay. Giving my soup to my mom. Man, you hate your mom. You hate your mom.
I knew that was coming.
Gerry knows me too well. She'll eat it. Man, that's terrible. Sold the strangle. Yeah, I like that play. That's something I'd probably do.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that. I'd probably, for me though, it'd probably take up way too much margin.
I was just going to say, it's going to be still a lot of margin. It's still going to be a big impact, but it's one side is essentially free. But
I try to see if I can iron condor it.
Yeah, you could iron condor it. How much maintenance margin? That's a good question. Maybe you'll save down below. Well, let me see. He's got a. Was it
He says down there 5,700, which ain't bad.
Let me see what it takes for me. So December 17th. So that's what, 80 days out? Does he have a 4,500 on the top?
45 and 26.
So we'll sell that one and a 2,600. Sell that one. What did he get? $21 for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably going to get a better price than I would get, but 20 grand still takes up for me. So, yeah, like I said, it's still a pretty big hit.
Then how did he get it for 5,700? I wonder if he has any other positions on.
That's a good question. And I don't have any of their Amazons on right now, so that's a good question. We'll get down there in a second. Let's see here. Army food equals MRE. Yeah, meals ready to eat. Those are instant diarrhea makers too. They're actually, there's like 3,000 calories in those things. I looked forward to eating them, but because honestly, the food wasn't that bad. But man, the things will definitely cause some stomach issues. Let's see here. Don't ask how I know that. Yeah. Well, what was he talking about? Meals ready, Army food? Meals ready to eat? I actually had a case in the house for a long time. Just as a backup in case, we had an earthquake or something. I don't know. But they expired, which technically I think I kept them for 10 years, even though they actually only think it's supposed to last 7 or something like that. But I got other food in there now for that purpose, along with the lead. Let's see here, 57.74. That's how do you get it for 57.74? It's showing 20 grand for me. Yeah, I don't know. That's odd. I got portfolio margin turned on too, so you'd think it'd be less. But
the only thing I can think of, maybe he's long. or he has
Yeah, you
some
might have
leaks,
some other stuff
something.
on. Is there any reason not to load up on Verizon for my dividend account? I like Verizon, but I don't know what you mean by load up. You mean like drop the whole bank account in it? Because I think that Matt just doesn't really like Verizon, nor does he even really like freaking AT&T, because he actually thinks that Starlink is going to kill both of them, even though Starlink is internet. I don't know if they do any phone service or anything, so I don't know what he means by that really. I would be more worried about Mint Mobile and Google Fi and all that than I would about Starlink.
I thought Mint Mobile used Verizon towers.
I don't know. They kind of you might be able to ride them all, but I don't know. You got Republic Wire. There's a lot of them out there, and they ride over the different networks. They might be specific to one network, T-Mobile or something like that. But you're probably right. Somebody probably uses Verizon's.
Verizon looks like it'd be at a good buying point right now, though.
I just don't know what he means by load up on it.
I mean, it's not. It's a good buy, but it's not like, oh my god, it's a good buy. You know what I mean?
Well, let me see. You pop up a daily. Oh yeah, you're right. I agree. If you want to buy a dividend stock and you want to add more to it, I think now's the time to add to it. I agree. That February low, we had. We looked at a weekly here. Yeah. Sell some puts at like 52 or something.
Yeah, I've been looking at it. It's on my watch list, but I haven't done anything.
50 would be a better place to pick it up, but I don't know
Yeah.
down there. Yeah. Not reason. Do you own it at all right now? If you're looking to get into dividend stock, then I think now's a good time to dip your toes.
But you're not going to get the dividend growth. You just got to know that.
Yeah, well, you don't get that out of the communication sector. You get a high yield to start with. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see here. Gerry is not a statue. Gerry was a statue for a while.
How did it have me? At least it didn't have me like.
How'd you like that? Let's see here. Portfolio margin. Yeah, he's got to have something else on then. Is my guess.
You got portfolio margin, right?
Yeah, and I don't have any Amazons on right now, so it might make sense. At least it's flattering still shot of GW. Everything's flattering with GW.
I like this next one. This is true.
The government.
This is true.
Government.
Honestly, I'll put some stuff on Facebook, right? And like nobody sees it. It's like, how does nobody see it? Right? It's like weird.
We have some people. I don't know. Facebook is not Facebook. Fuckbook. YouTube is censoring comments. They've deleted some of my responses to people where I was talking about Crooked Hillary or something like that. They deleted it.
I know some creators that have gotten 30-day bans and things like that.
So there's definitely some censoring going on. What are we, Canadian over here now?
I guess. Seems like it.
There's free speech in this country, folks.
Show us your papers.
Stay tuned. Or stay tuned. There's a bit of an echo on Dave's side. Really? Turn it down a little bit. Beat. Let's see here. I guess all these new cars need tires and also cheaps.
I don't know about these cars, man. There's like no cars on the lots.
Yeah. No, I mean new cars. I don't know what she means by that, because all the used cars needed tires because they're all getting resold.
Well, I looked at some used cars I went to a few lots today, and I'll tell you what, the used cars on the car dealers' lots, they put zero effort into reselling them. I mean, they're not waxed, they're not
That's
cleaned.
I find that odd. I had a friend that was his job for a used car lot was to recondition the car and get it ready to be sold. It's like the common thing they do with every car they get in, right? It's just
You
to
would think so.
recondition it, make it look literally as new as they can possibly make it look.
But I went on a Lithia. I mean, everybody knows Lithia. It's nationwide, right? And the used cars on some of those lots, it's like they ran it through an automatic car wash and put a price tag on it.
Didn't even vacuum the inside.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
What were you looking at, by the way?
Huh?
What kind of car were you looking at?
We were just looking at all kinds of different things. I'm just trying to improve gas mileage, but
you don't drive anywhere.
We drive, well, we're starting to drive a lot of in-town stuff. So my big old Ford Flex getting 15 miles a gallon is getting a little pricey with $4 a gallon gas.
I got an idea for you, Gerry. Get a bike.
I got a bike.
Kind
of hard to transport people
get
on
an e-bike if you want. Because my e-bike, I went for a ride on Friday and went like, I don't know, 30 something miles or whatever. But the thing is the other option is get a Vespa.
Kind of hard to put $200 worth of groceries in a Vespa.
No, $200 of groceries for me is like, a little bag.
Oh yeah, for you, whole paycheck.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see here, 1545 DCA. Now with selling those, I'm at 1140. Keep in mind, which was he talking about?
Goodyear tire. They bought Cooper, huh? Wow, interesting.
Keep in mind they bought Copper. Oh, I didn't know that. Not Copper, Cooper. I didn't know that. I thought he sold calls. Oh, he did sell calls. Never mind.
Covered calls, yeah.
Yeah, covered calls. Yeah, 1140. $17. What's it at right now? GT. I thought he got called away. It's at $17.97. Did you get called away, or when did they expire? You say when they expire?
Yeah, look at that thing. You could have got that for $5.
Oh wait, calls exercised. Oh, he's just talking about after the fact. What he got it. Tires are in short supply because about 70% came from overseas and supply chain issues. There you go, man. The wheelman talking here. So 70% came from overseas. What? We don't even make tires in this country? I thought Goodyear was an American company.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's not?
No, I guess not.
I thought Michelin was American. No?
I thought Yokohama was.
That would be funny if it was.
Oh man, I like being Chucky safe, which is further out than Dave's safe. I don't want any stress. I don't know. I'll give you a run for your money. Well, I mean, actually, let's see here. That's a 5% probably of the money on the 2600 side. What's the 45?
Probably the same.
No, that's a 1, like a 2.02. That's literally Dave safe. Chucky is Dave safe. No one to buy Christmas presents for. Yeah, no, that's not true. Not for you. By the way, folks, Rebecca is a baller. She lives in a gated community.
Excuse me.
My mom loves Campbell soup. She fed it to me as a kid. Just return the favor. Man. Yeah. We grew up on Campbell soup too, though. And honestly, the soup probably when we were growing up wasn't as bad as it is now. I think they use a lot worse ingredients in it now. Like it's some really bad shit in those things. So I just, I bet you they weren't as bad back then. Jerry, did you have Campbell soup growing up?
No, we had ours came in a white can with a white label, and it just said soup. That was it.
Was that a government handout?
It was actually we called it's called grocery outlet now. You aware of that store? The grocery outlet store? No?
No.
Back in the day, we called it the canned food store. It was called the canned food store. And it was all factory seconds and rejects and stuff like that and generics. So that's where we picked up a lot of our food.
Wonder why. And I mean, I grew up in California, so you think I would have heard of that unless it was a thing where you were at only.
It was literally called the canned food store, and now it's grocery outlet bargain market or something like that. It's traded under GO is the ticker.
Couldn't you go to? You could go to a dollar store and get canned food, can't you?
Oh yeah, but I'm talking back in the 80s.
Yeah.
There was none of that stuff.
I guess I was privileged. What up, boys? I thought you didn't like SCHD Holdings. Jesus Christ! You gonna beat me up over this?
What did you get? One share?
Yes, one share. I sold out of my one share and bought one share. It's like I already left a comment and responded to you. Now you're beating me up on a live stream about it. Somebody made some valid points in the comments.
Wait, you're back into SCHD?
Did you not watch my video?
Did I miss that part?
Did you watch my video that I put out yesterday?
Well, yeah, it was about Devo, not SCHD.
Yeah, but I mentioned SCHD in there.
Oh, I guess I.
You got to get past the first 10 seconds, Jerry.
Oh, darn it!
Yeah,
you missed stuff when the video's on 2x.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got rid of DJRO, went with SCHD. It's got a really good growth rate. The positions in it are, I mean, it's got 100 positions, so it's still definitely diversified. I wouldn't say it I don't know.
Now wait, are you covered? Where else are you covered in the tech sector then, though?
Well, I still own Microsoft and Apple's an individual stock.
Okay, then that makes sense.
And I'm also, remember, I'm doing the Qs in one of the retirement accounts, remember? So, yeah, I'm covered, Jerry. I didn't like it because I didn't like the financials, but it looks like they've dumped a lot of the financials. So that's the reason why I'm in it. Yeah, that's about it, Jerry. Jesus. In the last year, Devo went up 21% and SPY went up 37%. Which ETF is better? Went downtown. Does that include the dividend too?
Probably. No, actually, probably not. He's probably looking at price to price chart.
That's not an apples to apples comparison.
Mm-mm.
You can't have any dividend stock out. I mean, you can't have anything out there compared to the SPY, really. Because the whole Devo strategy in general is not meant to keep up with the index. If the market goes sideways, what's going to outperform? I don't know. Jerry, you want to talk about that one?
I mean, it's going to depend on what your goals are. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, if we're going to talk about which ETF is best, I mean, you're going to have to. Are we just going to look at the past, whatever overall performance, and whoever went up the most is the best? You know what I mean? So, I mean, is QQQ the best?
Yeah, this is like you know, saying, "Hey, I got a Ferrari over here and a Pinto over here. Which car is better?"
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. The Pinto, if you want a small car and you want to get gas mileage or something like that, then that might be the car for you.
You want cheaper insurance? You know, buy the Pinto and
So
invest
it's
the
just
rest.
you need to figure out what all the criteria is. That's like not it's like impossible to answer that, because I don't get into Devo to try to beat the market.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is that's the thing. Everybody wants to just beat the market. It's like I don't know.
Oh, you know my thoughts on that,
I know
saying,
it doesn't matter to you, and it really doesn't really matter to me. I'm looking to I'm looking for cash flow more than anything, and am I
well,
and still growing as well. So
to be fair, I'd say like the most people that watch my channel, probably the most people that watch your channel, are in the age group where they're still growing. So that's the like the number one thing on their back of their head or back of their mind, not cash flow. So
I just couldn't put all I couldn't put 100% into Spy and just sit here.
why not?
Why? Because it would bother the
If you
hell out
didn't
of me.
if you didn't need the cash flow, because it's
It would
boring.
bother the hell out of me. Yeah.
It
Like
is boring.
you sit there and twiddle your thumbs, like, okay, now what?
It is super boring. Yeah, I
Not to
get
say
it.
that that's bad. I mean, that's probably the right thing to do for 90+% of people out there. But I don't know.
Let's see here, Brian. Any plan to move to a state without income tax once you guys retire? Yes, I was looking at property over the
Absolutely,
weekend. Actually, 57
absolutely.
acres.
Yeah, I'm moving in with
Uh,
Dave.
Actually, there would be enough room there probably for 50 amps and all that stuff. Wouldn't be free, but yeah. Tennessee. That's where I was looking.
I can't afford to live with Dave.
Um, yeah, it was a great property. It's just a little more than what I would want to spend, honestly, but it is what it is. So for sure, that's one of the. It's not tax free is not the end all be all, but it is something I would love to have.
Yeah.
Tennessee
Yeah,
is a
you got to
tax
look
free
at all
state.
the ancillary stuff too of the states, right? What are the license fees? What are the property taxes? What are the sales taxes? Do they tax food?
Exactly.
All that stuff.
So Tennessee does tax food, which is I've never lived in a state that they did tax food, which we've talked about on the stream in a previous stream about. It's like one of the worst things you could do because it really affects poor people the most,
Yeah.
right? Um, yeah, okay, I buy $7,000 worth of food a year. That's not going to hurt me. And I probably pay like close to this year. It's going to be probably $10,000 to $12,000 in state tax here. No, we have a pretty low state tax here. It's like 4.5%, but still, that's like $1,000 a month, in taxes.
Yeah.
So it is something I'm thinking about. But there's
There's a
just not a lot of
there's
good
a
options. That's the
yeah, there's
problem.
there's a lot to consider there. I mean, utility costs, right? Utility costs, there's another one. Car registration. Car registration for me in California is freaking ridiculous.
I look at all that stuff. I look at the amount of freedom I have in that state too, right? And I think that Tennessee's property taxes are pretty low for having a bunch of acreage. We're talking, it depends, like 20 acres or whatever. It's under $2,000 a year. It's normally like $1,200 or something like that. It's pocket change compared to most states. So yeah, I look at all that stuff. You got to look at whether they're going to tax Social Security and stuff like that too. Got to look at the CCW laws.
That's the most important. Yeah.
That's important. Um, but you're right. Car registration fees, smog. Do you have to smog your car? Who wants to deal with that crap? Like I would almost say that Texas is they've kind of gone in the way of the shit. High property taxes. You got to get your car inspected every single year. They got some really bad bullet laws there. What else is bad about Texas now? There's a lot of good stuff going for it, especially if you move from a shitty state, you know? Where are you
Florida's
planning
not
on
bad, it
moving,
seems like.
Brian? Tell us where you're planning on moving, because I always look at people that are like, yeah, just move. You know, I look at those videos. You know, firefighters financial toolbox. You know, I looked at his video. He's
You
going
went to
to
Arizona, right?
he's going to Arizona, but Arizona's gone. It's gone really downhill the last 10 years. It's not a tax-free state either.
Not only that, the West is drying out big time.
Yeah, it's falling in the ocean, Gerry. I can say this. I mean, the last 7 years that I've been working in Washington State, that place has gone downhill big time too. Although I got to give credit to our governor here, because he's a lefty too, and he's talking about he actually got rid of, I think, most of the Social Security tax here, because we were one of the states that I think got taxed in Social Security. Got rid of that. He's also they this lowered the income tax here from 4.63 to down to 4.5. It's not a lot, but they're talking. We went to a convention recently or whatever and talking about maybe getting rid of the tax here completely. That'd be a game changer if they did that here. It would definitely be an option for me, even though I don't like a lot of the progressive shit in the state. But see here, dude. Heads up, Google Fi sucks. I have it when your travel and drops good.
Damn,
I've heard good
50
things about it
miles?
because it'll work in a lot of other countries versus you go to any other country with you got to get a chip when you get there. You know, you got to get a SIM card when you get there. With Google Fi, it works in a lot of other countries, and it's relatively cheap. $75, you can have literally anything, unlimited data and all that crap. So is it just the country you're in general that you're in that sucked, or I mean, to compare that against a local telecom company when you go there and get a SIM, I mean, that's not really. I don't know. If it sucks, I can get something else. But who wants to fly into a country and then have to get a SIM every freaking country you go to? Sounds like a pain in the ass. I've heard good things about it. That's the thing. So here's a negative person about it. I'll have to do some more research on it, I think, though. Thanks for that, Grinding Retire.
Yeah, 50 miles. That's a lot.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying it's like he has no service for 50 miles?
That's what he's saying. Yeah, it would drop off for 50 miles.
It's probably the country he's in. I don't know. I know he's going to respond to this and say, yeah, I was in the U.S. Oh, man. It's a portfolio margin account. I have 23 other positions on. That's surprising. Do you have any other Amazons on? I love Mint Mobile. I could use my phone when I was in Sweden too, if I was on Wi-Fi. Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you're not on Wi-Fi, obviously Google Fi works fine if you're on Wi-Fi, right? I like Mint Mobile too, but it's just not international. Wi-Fi, I mean, Wi-Fi would work on any phone. Rebecca, that's why I got it when I was traveling overseas, except it was okay at first, then just, yeah. Where were you? Which countries was it good and which countries was bad? And I understand that some countries, my volume is too low. I didn't turn my volume down. I just turned my volume down on my actual, on Gerry's talking coming out of my PC, not my volume. I think you need to turn your volume up, MDB. Yeah, tell us what countries you were in that were good and countries that you were in that were shitty. What's that, Gerry?
It's the football game. San Francisco 49ers 7, Green Bay Packers 17. That was 6:51. Will anything change there, Freddie? And who are you going for?
Good question. Who would you go for?
I gotta support the Niners
Yeah.
because my son's a fan, but I'm a Raider fan. I was born in Oakland, so even though they moved to Las Vegas, you're still a Oakland Raider fan.
Are you really? I'm not. I've never been into football. I don't really have a team. I just know that when I was living in Annapolis, Maryland, those people were diehard fans there. So I went with Pittsburgh just to piss off everybody. Because you know me. That's just me. I'm surprised I didn't get shot when I was there. What's sad is that many of our statements are factually incorrect. Many of your statements. About what? But your viewers take them as correct. Political opinions are fine, but stating the correct facts shows your poor judgment. I don't know. You should have put down there what we said was fake or infactual.
What are we talking about here, Bernie? What are we talking about here, Bernie?
Yeah. If he's Bernie,
Bernie.
socialism is just like it's just like democracy. Yeah, tell us. I mean, if you're going to try to bust our balls or call us out, then at least tell us what you're talking about. Is Snowflake still a buy? Oh, is Snowflake still a buy? I don't own it.
Yeah, I did puts on it long time ago, but I haven't touched it in like 6-7 months.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I mean, with an 1100 PE on it, a Ford PE on it, I wouldn't touch that thing with Gerry's money. Why? You know, unless you work with a company like that software, and you know it, like you're just diehard, like say this thing is gonna change the world or whatever. To me, it's just like it's a spec play. Like I wouldn't be getting into it. Goodyear is the last American company left, I believe. That's not true. Holly, Elderbrock, those companies, there's a lot of companies that are still diehard American-made companies that will probably never go. You know, Elderbrock, Holly, good example. Talking about lead, we no longer have any smelters in USA. What do you mean? Isn't all the lead still? Well, he's talking about the lead. He's talking about ammunition. What is he talking about, Gerry?
That's a good question. If there's nobody producing lead, what are we going to do? What are we using?
You don't produce lead.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, where's the lead going to come from?
You're talking about ammunition, or you're talking about lead? I guess no comment. I'm so not a baller. You're definitely a baller. I saw your automatic gate. Michelin is French. Yokohama is Japanese or Japan. Since Goodyear is they gained some market share because of the short. There's a lot of tire companies.
There is. Is Goodyear the only U.S. tire manufacturer?
Continental?
Firestone?
I think those are all American.
Uniroyal?
I don't know if they make I don't know if they actually make the tires here, but
yeah.
Firestone, that is not a Japanese company.
Because isn't there a lot of tires made out of Vietnam?
Mickey Thompson, that's got to be American made.
That has to be.
Nitto's probably not.
No, that doesn't.
Mickey Thompson, come on, Mickey Thompson's been around for
Pirelli's what, Italian or something?
Yeah, that's Italian. Continental, Firestone, Continental.
There used to be Mastercraft. I don't know if they're still around.
For tires?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That sounds like sounds like some tool company or something.
Well, see, a lot of these places make different brands. Like Goodyear probably makes, that was probably a Mastercraft might have been a good year, like, Beeline or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Michelin is French. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Actually,
didn't know
like,
that either.
I have a pair. I got a set of Michelin on my car that's been on there since I got it. And I'm very surprised. I put in 45,000 miles on those things and they're still got tread left. Although I'm sure if I took it to Texas, they'd probably make me get new tires.
What about Continental?
I
That
just
sounds
mentioned
American.
Continental.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I mentioned Continental. Want to be a sugar mama? I got dibs if she's be a sugar mama. What's your favorite tire? What do you put on your own cars? That's a good question. As somebody that knows tires.
Yeah.
Let's see if we respond to that. Michelins are
I put on
expensive.
I put on Chinese Maypops.
We get a few ups here. We got a few ups here in Sacramento.
He's probably talking about grocery outlet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Lived
thinking.
in Sacramento for 15 years. I didn't go to any grocery outlet. See here, I know the grocery outlet. Jeez. How come I've never heard of that place, Gerry?
That's because you're always at Whole Foods and stuff.
Well, nowadays, yeah. Dave's favorite is SPHD. Definitely not. No. It's trash. It's better than nothing, but it's trash. Negative growth here. Rug pull just got here. Yeah. I think we're at a crossroads with the market this week being the government shutdown on September 30th. We could have a little downside. We might get a rug pull. Who knows? There could be more news that comes out of Grenada. How is that how you pronounce it, Gerry? Evergrenade.
Evergrande. I was like,
Evergrenade. There you go. Market grenade. Live in Washington, but driving to Oregon for shopping. Washington has no property tax. Yeah, it's been like that since I was a kid. I knew about that. Unless you live close enough, though, it's really not worth it. Who wants to drive from Seattle all the way down there? It's too much work. Unless you live, in Vancouver or something like that, where it's relatively close. Plus, you're supposed to snitch. You're supposed to snitch on the people that do that.
Well, you're actually literally supposed to report it on your taxes.
Yeah. Or, well, when you sell something at a garage sale, you're supposed to report that too.
Yep.
Which begs the question, isn't that, let's just say you bought a set of plates, a set of dishes, right? You bought them at Bed Bath & Beyond or something, right? Still love that store, by the way. And you had them for 10 years. And then you sell them at a garage sale. And then you're supposed to report that. Tax and pay tax. So we get pay tax on it twice? We get double taxation here? It's the same thing with cars. You buy and sell a car. You buy and sell a car. The other person buys a car. They got to pay tax. The taxes were already paid when you originally bought the car.
The whole scam of taxes.
Yeah, we used to just underreport it in California. I paid $500 for it. I had a blown tranny.
I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that.
Used to do it all the time. And then I moved here, and what they do here is they go by the Kelly Blue Book. So you can. I mean, if you paid $500 for it, you're screwed. And I bought a car here, registered here, paid a fortune for it in taxes, moved to Maryland, and I had to pay more taxes when I moved there because it was within the first year of me buying. It wasn't a brand new car, by the way. It was a used car that I bought because I had to pay the difference in taxes. Crazy.
You lived in Maryland?
I lived in Maryland for about 18 months.
Why?
I moved there for a job.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's what's that?
Did you like it?
No.
No.
No, I can't do humidity like that. Annapolis is a very busy town. It's way too busy for somebody like Dave. So, in general, it was okay. Obviously, I don't agree with any politics out of that state either, but it is what it is. How much ginseng is there in 57 acres? I don't know.
Plays banjo music.
Don't people kill for ginseng?
You sure got a pretty mouth. You still haven't watched that. Did you look it up?
I've watched the movie, I think. It's just been a long time. Freaking Gerry. What's up, Francisco? Did you consider the wild men in your decision? I did not. I might run into Brian Laundrie on the freaking AT, though.
Yeah. Dave's gonna be famous at the AT. He's gonna find Brian Laundrie.
But he's about what, 160 pounds soaking wet?
Probably.
So I have at least 25 pounds on him. I plan to move to Alaska. Well, if Alaska wasn't so harsh, it'd actually be a pretty good place to go to. Last free state, really.
Yeah, too many drugs
lowest
up
tax
there.
burden, gonna
That's
travel
everywhere,
winter
I guess.
anyway. What's that, Gerry?
Too many drug addicts up there, but I guess that's getting to be almost everywhere.
That's how you get through the 6 months of dark winter.
Yeah.
It's a rough place to live, but if you want like total freedom, that's what's the last frontier. Like you could literally probably go there. You could still go to that state and I think go to some land and just claim it as your own.
Yeah.
If you go out further enough. If you go out far enough.
It's called homesteading or something like that.
Yeah, if you go out far enough, I think there's still unclaimed land that you could actually claim, but it'd probably be a long way away from anything.
And then you get what do you get? You get the guaranteed income too, right? Up there.
Yeah, guaranteed income. Beautiful up there too. Of course, I've never been up there, but I will, drive up the Alaskan Highway and go up there at some point in my RV. You want to go with me, Gerry?
I'll go.
Wait, you want to travel up there in RVs?
Yeah, let's go. I've always wanted to take the Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, I have no desire to do that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Maybe they have an Alaska scuba diving adventure or submarine cruise.
Submarine would be okay. Yeah, no seasickness, no waves. Nobody knows where you're at. You don't have to.
Limited oxygen.
Oh man, where's Matt? I have no idea where Matt is. We must have pissed him off last night. Let's see here. No in the States. Also, you're limited to 30 gigs unlimited, and you're restricted to unlimited or restricted to limited.
I hate that throttling crap.
30 gigs. It sounds like a lot.
It's not.
It depends what you're doing, I think, too.
Yeah.
If you're streaming, because everything's streamed now, but uploading YouTube videos, and stuff like that, which are a gig a piece or 1.5 gigs, it's going to take up some bandwidth for sure. Trading, Of course, I don't trade from a phone, but maybe I'm going to use a hotspot or something,
We use quite a few 100 gigs a month here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Dang, you got to cut back on that corn, Gerry.
I'm sorry. We might be close to a terabyte.
No way. No freaking way.
I got to look it up now.
No way. I'll bet you the 50 amps. A terabyte? What is John doing? That's the question.
Well, like you said, everything is streamed. And we're here freaking every day of the month, pretty much 24/7.
So am I.
Yeah, but you're one person.
So? A terabyte. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I'll look it up and I'll let you know.
I live in Florida, slowly being ruined by all the people moving here.
Like all the other states.
Yeah, but I'm sure people that are moving there, there's some good people too, right? Coming from New York, they're not all, straight lefties moving there. But I understand where you're coming from too, because it's just the way people. It's just the way people are. They hate the way where they came from, They move here. They feel like there's some freedom here, but they still vote the same way, right? Because eventually they just go back to the way they felt. That's just the way they are until they have a walk away moment, which is probably not going to happen in most cases. But some people do have a walk away moment. They find out that the wool's been pulled over their head the whole entire life. Florida's probably safe for a while, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. At least it's tax free. I must be going deaf. Sorry, Dave. Hold on while I crank it up. Let's see here. California refugees tend to hate cold. You move to cold states, they cannot follow you. That's probably true.
It probably is, yeah.
A lot of them go to Arizona. A lot of them go to Nevada. A lot of them go to Texas. Idaho's good. Idaho's not really got a lot of that going on. I've heard a lot of Californians going to Montana, which is kind of odd.
That's very odd.
Up to Whitefish. Whitefish, yeah. They have no idea how to drive in snow. Yeah. I think maybe some go to Oregon and Washington too, which they're actually just moving up to the same thing, Although I'd say Washington's pretty bad. It's not a California. There's no other state that's like California, probably, other than maybe New York or something. But you know what's weird about New York? Not all of New York's like that.
Yeah, I was telling you the other day.
New York is actually very conservative up there.
Yeah, very beautiful up there too.
It's beautiful, but you got to be indoors before that sun goes down. Those mosquitoes will eat you alive. Afghanistan, it was good. Dubai was okay. Kuwait was hit. Germany was horrible. Same with Canada. Upstate New York, when traveling through, really blow. You're talking about that just now. So I've been to Kuwait. I've been to Dubai, and I don't remember. I don't remember not having service in either one of those countries. Germany, you'd think it'd be okay, though. Canada, you'd think it'd be okay. But the thing with Canada is it's so, unless you're in Toronto or, Montreal or something like that, then what's left? It's just a bunch of dead space till you get to Vancouver. I went to Vancouver. I had no problems with AT&T. It just transferred right over. Now, obviously, it was AT&T, but I had an international plan too. That's beautiful up there, by the way, Gerry.
Where's that?
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I watched a lot of seaplanes just land and take off. I'm like, I need to take me one of those little tours.
We used to have a common subscriber that lived up there at is it Prince Edward Island or something like that? I looked up that area. Yeah, I don't know. People come, people go. Yeah,
it's true. People do. There's like waves of people that come and go. It's like they've learned everything they need to learn, or they I don't know. I don't want to say that because I still learn stuff every single day, about trading or about stocks, about investing. Like you gotta be it's gonna be a lifelong thing you're gonna be doing. And the market's always changing too, so that helps, like it's never the same. The last 20 years has not been the same the 20 years prior to that. Snowflake is just a glorified database, nothing unique about it. It's dumbed down database enough. Idiots can use it. Is that all it is? I thought Snowflake was all about analytics and all that crap in the cloud or whatever. They have a good CEO. It's not MDB. It's not MDB. I mean, Postgres or something like that. Or there's so many SQL databases these days, or even NoSQL, MongoDB. I mean, there's so many of them out there these days. Can't we just get to Couch DB? I mean, I've used them all. I've used every single one of these darn things. It's like, just give me a MySQL. Yeah, I wouldn't touch Snowflake until they've been out for a while and the price comes down. Not even YouTube live chat is free from fact checkers.
He was talking about old Bernie up there.
I don't know. Did Bernie take off already, or did somebody kick him out of here
Looks
or
like
something?
Bernie just kind of like dropped a bomb and left.
Silent but deadly. Oh man, I work in tech. I have evaluated it and don't have any good thing to say about it. Yeah, I work in tech too. I've never used it. Probably will never use it either. I'm kind of old school, but I've had a lot of people pick on me in my videos when I do like the portfolio update videos. They're like, "Why are you logged in as root?" Oh my, Gerry doesn't know what I'm talking about, but they're like, it drives them nuts because they like that separation. They want me to SU or pseudo. But yeah. So there's a tech guy. I don't know of any other people that's used it though or evaluated it. You're the first person, so that's interesting. I like the CEO. I like the. I just don't. I don't think they have anything proprietary really. I think that Amazon or Google, they could just duplicate the exact same thing they're doing. But that's what scares me about it. Dave, did you ever figure out how to check futures with IBKR? I don't know where exactly and how I should. I have futures up on mine right now. I always have it up. You got to be subscribed to it, number one, or the permissions to it. And it's the Globex, right? So I got YMES, NQ, and RYT, that's and CL on there. I couldn't figure out how to add the VIX futures though, for some reason. I gave up. It was too much of a pain in the butt. Why not I just put the VIX index back on there. Screw it. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about because we talked about that on a Thursday night. Mastercraft tires are from the 90s and early 2000s, I believe. Firestone. Remember when everybody's tires were blowing up, causing accidents in Firestone?
Yeah, I remember that.
They're on.
We're gonna have a tire history lesson here.
Yeah, they were on Ford Rangers and stuff.
Yeah,
I had a Ford Range with them that had many blowouts. Luckily, I didn't crash, but it was a work vehicle. Wheel weights used to be made from lead. They moved to steel wheel weights. I didn't know that. Copper and Goodyear are from the largest. I didn't know they went to steel. Did you know that, Gerry?
no, I didn't know that either.
We talking about the external ones or the internal ones, or both?
A lot of them now use the tape.
Yeah,
Tape
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of dumb when you got like a freaking Ferrari sitting out there with external weights on the wheels. It's like, oh my gosh. The Pinto is normal, but so what are we gonna do now, Gerry? If we need to use the weights for lead, that was one of the things. You just start taking weights. I mean, you have seen movies with it where they do that. They make bullets from the weights from the wheels.
I've seen some. What do they got? They got steel, aluminum. I don't know.
Let's see. Mickey Thompson is a division of Cooper, now owned by Goodyear. But what was it 20 years ago? Was it a division of Cooper, or was it by Firestone? Is owned by Bridgestone. Okay. Private brand of Cooper. Jesus. Continental's German. There's nothing left.
Yeah, I got Continentals on my car right now.
What about Nitto? Nitto is pretty big.
That's Japan, isn't it?
I don't know. Michelin. I gotta say, I got a pair of Nittos. Pair of Nittos. I got a pair of Michelin's. I got 2 pair of Michelin on my Pathfinder, and they've been fantastic. I was looking for a replacement set for these. They don't make them anymore, this particular model, but I found a replacement set. $250 a tire. It's not bad. I'm actually, I'm very impressed by those tires, I have to say. So, of course, I came from a Mustang where they last, 4,000 miles, because I'm burning the tires off all the time. So maybe that's the reason why I'm impressed by them. But what about BF Goodrich?
Oh yeah, there's another one. Yeah,
that's an option for my car too.
That has to be American, or it used to be
at
least. Yeah.
Chime in, James. BF Goodrich. BF Goodwrench? Is that this Goodrich and Good Wrench? Is that the same thing?
Good Wrench was a division of GM, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right. It was. Yeah. You mean I need to report selling my sleep number bet? Yeah. You shouldn't be saying that in chat.
Yeah, delete that.
You should be saying that in chat. By the way, folks, she had a $10,000 bed. So when she sold it used on the aftermarket, she sold it for $3,500. $10,000 bed, folks. Oh man, that's half the price of a Maverick.
Hey Rebecca, now that you replaced that bed, do you sleep like $8,000 better? Like, is it better sleep now, or was it better sleep on the $10,000 bed?
Probably worse, because that $10,000 bed, it made itself. It actually gave you breakfast in bed, and it did everything for you. Catheter built in. Back from doing my lecture. So did he have to lecture, or is he listen to the lecture?
Mm-hmm.
You as public speaker, Darth? There's been alleged sightings of laundry in Boone. Yeah, I've heard that too. Honestly, the sightings, there's been 2 sightings that I've seen. They don't look anything like, well, I'll take that back. Just because he got a shaved head and they got a little bit of a goatee, they look like Brian Laundrie. Like, they didn't, I could tell immediately it wasn't him. Because, I mean, if he was smart, he would have already had a disguise and shit going on by now, How far is Boone from where Rebecca lives? Is that up near the AT? I think you're only supposed to pay tax when selling goods if you made a profit on that junk. I don't know. Every time we buy a used car, we don't freaking make a profit on it. So why do we have to pay taxes every time we go register a car? It's got a point, though. Now we're getting double hit, Jerry. Remember how you used to be able to buy everything online as long as they had no presence in that state, you paid no tax?
Yeah.
Now you pay a tax and you pay shipping?
Yeah, it's horrible now.
This is where we've come. We should hang out in Alaska and resolve our misunderstandings over beers. I thought he said bears for a second. Grizzlies, those things scare me. I gotta say, they scare me. Black bears, not so much, although there's some pretty big black bears too, but grizzlies are huge. I can't get over how big those damn things are. But yeah, well, if you're up there, but I don't even know how old this guy is. I don't know how old you are. I don't know when you're going to fire. I don't know if you're firing, chasing fire. I don't know anything, but I'm going to go up to Alaska at some point. I want to travel that Alaskan highway in the RV, the good old RV, to get up there. So maybe Gerry will have an RV by then,
Hopefully.
while I'm waiting around. And then we'll come up there and meet you, and then you'll provide us both 50 amps.
Yeah, provide us both 50 amps and some salmon and a beer, and we're good.
Yeah. And a what's a black tank drain called, Gerry?
Just a
dump.
Yeah, a dump, a sewer. What do they call that? Clean
It's
out.
a dump station.
Yeah, but they call it a clean out.
Yeah, I don't actually. I won't have a black tank, so don't worry. I'll just take my bucket out and dig a hole. So I refuse to have a black tank. I'm getting a nature's head. Blind laundry is slippery. He can dodge hits. He can dodge hits. You just got to land a haymaker. That's true. Or an uppercut like the bus driver. Yeah. See here. I'm a mortgage loan officer and I've had a look into people's incomes. I had a client from Alaska looking to buy a home and he got a good $2,000 a month from Alaska government just for living there. Jeez. Gerry, we need to
$2,000
move up
a
there.
month. Yeah, I might have to domicile in freaking Alaska.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a
Just
good
domicile
idea.
up there.
I have to
Wait,
look
if you
into this.
domicile up there, you get $2,000 a month, but you're living in freaking fuck it?
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm sure that they've figured out all the loopholes there.
Is it a loophole?
No,
Why is
I'm
it a
saying I'm
loophole?
sure they figured out all the loopholes of people that are trying to say they live there and not live there.
Yeah. You only have to spend so many days there to be technically counted. Um, I don't know. Why does
We'll have to look
Alaska
at
care?
that.
Aren't you owed that money? Why does Alaska care?
I don't know,
It's not a blue state, Gerry.
but it's $2,000 a month. I don't think that's. It varies from year to year, and I wonder if there's what levels there are, because I'm sure there's levels to the
You
thing.
think that for a single person you only get like $500 or something?
It's possible. I mean, it varies year to year. It depends on the profits of the industry.
It's oil industry? Is that what it's going by? Or is it going by
Yeah,
something else?
oil.
Fishing industry. See here. Would you need to be COVID nasal swabbed if you were having a submarine adventure? That's a good question. How does everybody feel here about Delta's no-fly list if you're unruly, and then trying to spread it to the rest? How do you all feel about that? I know people are probably going to get mad at us for asking that question, but I think it's bullcrap because I was talking to Gerry last night about it. There's no due process. You're banned, and they wanted to be for life too, which sounds like bullshit. What if you're on the plane and you're just minding your own business and somebody freaking starts mouthing off to you or whatever, and then they start acting up, they punch you, whatever? You're just gonna sit there and just let it. You know what? Just punch me because I can't fight back. I mean, what are you gonna do? There's no due process. I think it's bullshit. I think everybody should boycott Delta over it, but whatever. 1 terabyte. That's a lot of porn, Gerry. That is a lot of porn, Gerry. It's not a terabyte. I work in data storage. I know how much a terabyte is.
Isn't terabyte 1,000 gigs?
It's
1,024.
1,024. Yeah.
It's not showing the freaking. I've been looking for it. I can't. I used to be able to see the usage.
Is it Comcast?
Yeah, or it's
They should
Xfinity.
show it. Comcast does show it. That's a Costco stock. Which cost? What are you talking about, Willis? Costco stock.
Here you go. June 2021. 2,052 gigs.
2 terabytes.
2,052 gigs. It's been going down though. Right now,
2
September.
terabytes. What are you doing over there, Gerry?
So far in September, 1,096 gigs.
So he doesn't get any 50 amps over because it's 2,000, not 1,000.
Well, look, you got 1, 2, 3 telephones all on Wi-Fi. You got my computer, my wife's computer, my son's computer, his TV, my wife's TV, and sometimes all these things are running all at the same time.
It's amazing you're not locked up on us right now.
Exactly.
Excuse me, but that's just the right amount of porn. That's funny. Oh man, it's all the gaming and shit you do.
Yeah,
I
it's
have a lot of
gaming.
meetings all week, and I'm on the phone all the time, but I haven't looked at my number in a long time. That's a good question. I should probably look because, I got Hulu, I got Netflix, I got Sling, I got Prime. You know what I mean? I got all that bullshit. I do streams, I upload, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Maybe
It's
I'm at a
strange though,
terabyte.
because ours has been going down since June. June was the highest month. I don't know
To go
why it's
by,
going down.
how do you go down by a terabyte? What were you doing
Yeah,
differently?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? I don't know what's changed from June to September.
Maybe you have open Wi-Fi. Rebecca, he downloads the 4K versions and fills up his hard drive fast. He's talking about porn.
I didn't know they had 4K versions.
P
Thumper's
and
teaching
Target
me
is
something.
lower. Talking about TGT?
Target's been on a run.
Yeah. I've made, in my lifetime, since I've been investing and trading stocks, I've made the most money on Target in my entire life. I had an $11,000 gain and I had an $8,000 gain overnight. It was so cool to wake up to an $8,000 gain overnight. But that was back when it was like $50 a share. $50 a share, Jerry, with the stolen credit card chip issue or whatever.
Yeah, I remember looking at it, not too long ago, where it was $70, and I was like, man, this thing cheap.
I can't believe it got to 260. That is insane. When I was in it, I was listening to those hacks over at Stock Twats, right? And those people, they're so directional too. They go in there, yeah, Target's going to zero. Amazon's going to eat their lunch. It's like they'll just start saying all that crap, and it gets to you. It's like, oh shit, maybe I should get out of Target because it's probably they're probably right. Amazon's going to eat their lunch, but I mean it's totally different type of clientele too. It's like
It is.
Walmart.
It's freaking night and day. You go visit a Walmart and visit a Target, it's like completely night and day as far as
Oh,
clientele.
absolutely. Target really, it's no different than a Kmart, though. It's the
No,
same stuff,
it's a little bit
other than
more.
the food.
It's slightly more expensive than a Walmart, but honestly, it's to me, it's worth it.
Oh, I agree. Target's a better quality than Walmart is, but also to be in Walmart's uh, to defend Walmart, I guess. Walmart's in different areas. They depends on where the area is. If it's in a low income area, they have crappier food usually. If you go to a nicer area, there's better food there. They adjust the food. It's not the same across
Yeah,
every Walmart.
yeah, they have different regions, and yeah, they change things up. Different offerings for different regions.
If you want like more organic shit, then go to a nicer area. And it's not really, you can't blame them for doing that. Those people that live in the other area are probably not going to buy the organic stuff. Dave, what options plays did you put on this last week? Did you miss the first 5 minutes? Just kidding. Let's see here. I put on the only thing I put on last week was IWM, Spy, QQQ, Arc-K. That's it. I put those all on Friday when the new expiry and strikes opened up for November 5th. And then this week, we'll see what happens. I'll put some new shit on too, especially if the government shuts down. GW loves SPHD like Hidden Freedom loves PSEC. Ooh, I hate all three of those.
I've
You
owned all
invested
three of
in?
those.
Didn't you
I've,
invest in?
I've,
How
I've
many of
owned
these
all
did you
three of those.
invest in, Jerry?
I've owned all three of those.
Yeah, there you go. The truth comes out. I've
One of
never
them.
owned any one of those. Maybe AG&C back in like 2015 when I used to subscribe to Contrarian.
Outlook.
Yes, Brett Owens, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And that's all he had was REITs.
Yeah.
It's like how to retire, how to retire for $300,000. It's not. It was okay. It worked out. I got lucky enough to get out of before they all tanked. But I live in Florida, and a lot of people have moved here. I live in the area of Treasure Coast and East Coast. I don't know exactly where the Treasure Coast is. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next election with Florida. That should be interesting. Should be interesting see what happens in 2024 with a bunch of states, honestly.
Yeah. What if you lose DeSantis? Who's there behind him?
Rubio.
It's not a clear. Florida's like one of them that's could turn.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really a swing state, but it's definitely one that could go either way. I guess that is the definition of swing state.
It's kind of purplish.
Yeah, Arizona's purplish. I live in Ottawa, the capital of Canada, and I should be good in terms of reception. Yeah, I don't even know where Ottawa is, which is odd. I've only been to Toronto and Vancouver. I want to go up past Bonner's Ferry up to Banff. That's where I want to go, Jerry.
Banff. How do you say that? Because it's Banff.
I always call it the wrong thing.
Banff. Like, how does it have two F's?
I call it Banff.
Banff.
Banff. That's what I call
Banff.
it. But here's the thing, Jerry. You know that Murdoch case is going on, right? Do you not know about the Murdoch case? Well, everybody on the news stations, I swear to God, they're saying Murdoch. The Murdoch case. That's what it sounds like they're saying. There's nobody else that heard us when they say Murdoch. It's Murdoch, not Murdoch, but it sounds like Murdoch. $2K to live there, free money annually. $2K to live there for free money. No wonder some of the Alaskan bush kids want to go back. Yeah, they're in the hills of Washington State, I believe. That's where they're at now. They should go back to Alaska. It's probably rough, though. That's got to be a rough life, though. It's not an easy life to live up there.
No, 6 months of light, 6 months of dark. It's weird.
What's that place? Port what? They made a show on it. Port something. Fuck. That's rough. Let's see here. I just barely understood how calls and puts work. Took like a year for it to click. What are some good stocks to sell puts on for a small options account? The share price is limited to my options. Jerry, you're like the natural for that. That's a tough one, though.
Yeah, that's gonna change, every month, dang near. Because I don't necessarily look for cheap stocks. I don't. It just happens to be that's what happens. That's not, I'm not putting it on because it's $10 a share, right? So that is tough. Like, let me see real quick.
Ford, AT&T.
AT&T's a decent one at around the 26, but you got to be at that 26 strike and be willing to take it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Let's see. What do I got on right now that's cheap?
Vizio, is that small? Smith & Wesson?
Vizio, Smith & Wesson. I've been playing JetBlue, SoFi, Rocket.
Don't do those two, Francisco.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Tupperware.
Tupperware, they still exist?
They still exist. Ford.
They still have Tupperware parties?
Yeah. Ford, Lumber Liquidators.
I probably wouldn't touch lumber liquidators either.
U.S. Steel X. Yeah, those are just few.
Let's see.
But it's tough, especially when you're starting out. Um, I would definitely look for probably the largest cap stock you could probably get into. AT&T would probably be a good one to start with.
I'd say all those are pretty decent. I'd definitely stay away from the Rocket Mortgage and the SoFi. I'm not saying that they're shitty companies, but I think they're just too volatile and too specky right
Yeah,
now.
I'm in both, and I'm looking to get out of both. So, um,
And what are we calling small? Small too. I mean, a $50 stock, small,
yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, what's a small
big,
good stock, right?
big.
Big Lots is okay.
There's a lot of $50 stocks that are
There's a
decent.
lot of 50 and under for sure.
Yeah.
I've been playing Oxy, OXY, Viacom, Kohl's. I actually made some good money on Kohl's.
Whoever
So
shops at Kohl's,
I do.
I haven't been to Kohl's in probably 15 years.
I shop their clearance racks.
So what? Isn't Kohl's just like a Target basically without
No,
food?
it's more like a freaking Mervin's, like
Yeah, I was
what
just gonna
Mervin's
say it's.
was. Yeah,
It kind of reminded me of a Mervin's when I went in there, but it was like a Sears basically.
yeah, yeah. Modern Sears.
They have I Sierra.
I don't know. Modern Sears without appliances
That sucks.
and tools.
Appliances were one of the best things. Macy's got appliances and stuff still. So there you go, Francisco. Follow Gerry's channel and follow, which you probably already do, but because you've been around the community for a while, he does an options video and he goes over his stuff in there. It'll give you an idea of the positions that he's doing. But I'd probably just stay away from the Rocket and the SoFis for now while you're picking this up. You don't want to get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, you want to at least own, if you're going to own something, at least own like a AT&T or something like that. Discovery is another one. The other company that bought AT&T's entertainment division.
Discovery's okay, I guess. Better than Comcast. A Grateful Man. No, not annually. It was monthly. Holy guacamole.
Yeah, they get monthly checks.
It's monthly. I'm domiciling
It
up there.
they do the declaration like at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. They figure out how much they can allocate for each citizen, and they set it up for the whole year.
I'm in the same boat, Francisco. My advice is to not play anything you wouldn't actually want to own. I think that's a great advice for people that are just starting out. It's not
Yeah.
advice that I follow. I don't want to own anything, honestly.
No.
But I think it's great advice for people starting out. I guess I'm definitely selecting stocks that I would be fine owning, but still I need to start with lower share prices. Right now I'm building up the account to go 2 or 3,000 to start. Yeah, you got some good options there, I think.
At $3,000, you can sell AT&T at the money and get like $75 or something like that for it.
I would be a little hesitant. I mean, I'd say going out a month at a time would be fine, but I'd be a little hesitant when they actually do drop that dividend down, what it's going to do.
Yeah, we don't know what it'll do
I would
yet.
be I would steer clear of it when that happens because you don't know. It could drop to 15
Yeah,
bucks or something.
but it's dropped a lot. I mean, it was what, up to 33, now it's in the 27. So that's quite a big move. That's 20%.
Yeah, I think people are unloading, anticipating. It's all cool, Dave and Jerry. We should agree that we have different investing styles. I don't know. Do we?
Yeah, I don't know what your investing style is.
You've seen all my videos. Like it's the ultimate investing strategy, in my opinion. I took a lot of flack for the stuff I did before that, and I changed it because it made sense to not have all those income ETFs for my entire freaking net worth. It made no sense. So I think it's the best of both worlds, but I don't know. We don't know what your goals are. We don't even know what your investing style is. So it's like a one-way revolving door here. So yeah, we still like. I don't. You know, it would be easy to delete comments, but I don't delete comments, and I know that you know, YouTube has been deleting shit and censoring some of the stuff that I respond to, and the whole thing is here is I'm not the. I still learn too from people that leave comments. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. I just know what I know. You know what I mean? So when people leave comments and they call me out on something I've said or something like that, by all means, I think it's great to leave it there because that way other people are gonna like. That's one of my favorite things to do on YouTube, personally myself, even not even related to finance channels, is look at comments and stuff and what other people say. You know, so I think it's great to leave crap out there like that.
YouTube it's been, I don't know, it just started like a couple months ago. It's just like we'd get comments, I'd get emails, I'd be able to read the comment from the email. You go to the video, comments gone.
Well, sometimes what I'll do is I'll get like something on my phone saying I've got a comment, and then I go in there to unresponded comments. There's nothing there. And then what I do is I go up there to the right-hand side, the notification thing, and I'll see it there. If I click on that, it'll take me right to the video, right to the comment. But guess what? If the comment's not there, it doesn't show up. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened in this case here. It's only happened a few times where it's in the email. You go there, it's just not there.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is
we're not ignoring people. It's just if we don't see it, we can't do anything about it.
I actually thought that people deleted them, though.
That's what I was thinking.
They deleted them.
But I'm like, I'm looking at these comments on my email, and I'm like, why would you delete that comment? I mean,
I agree, especially when Brian left a big old book there. I'm like, why would he delete that? That was a lot of work to write that. Let's see here. Whoa, that's crazy. I started out with the MIRC and scripting, learn networks and IPS through that. Through what? Yeah. Nobody, probably, even Gerry probably doesn't know, even though he's like 10 years older than me. You don't even know what IRC is, Tom Gerry.
MIRC?
Well, yeah, it's IRC, but yeah. MRIC.
Isn't that a cola, Royal Crown Cola RC?
No.
No.
It started. I don't know when it actually started, but it was hot back in the 90s. That's when I first started using it. It was 90s. Of course, you know, Al Gore probably created it too. So back in the 60s. I have it put on highly on. Wouldn't mind having 100 shares of that. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind having 100 shares of Ford. I think they're going places.
Why would you want 100 shares of Hyliion? Just saying, Rebecca. You know, you might have to move. You might have to move out of that freaking gated community. I wouldn't mind having 100 shares of Nikola. Nobody understands, Dave. I always fight for the. What's that?
Stir the pot.
I'm not a stir the pot, but I'm always fighting for the people, the stuff that people hate. Because I just, you know, I hate what people did to Nikola. You know, Thumper's here. By the way, I always wonder why all socialists and fact checkers' first name always start with Bernie. That was a good point. That's a good point because I saw that too, and I was going to say something about it, but
that's why I don't.
You know, I've already got enough unsubs from live streams as it is. I don't need to get more. I work hard for my subs. So, what's that, Gerry?
Like, where'd Bernie go?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I would have respected him or her, to be more pronoun or non-pronoun specific, I suppose. I'd have been a little more respectful if they, you know, put a comment in there and said, okay, this is what you said that was not correct or whatever. But now to me, it's just he's just trolling.
It's just crap. Yeah.
I probably could. I don't know. I normally try not to say shit unless I know what I'm talking about. Usually, if I'm not, then just tell me, hey, you're not right. Like when I was wrong about when Carter got elected, I thought it was 78 to 82. Somebody said in there, you know what I mean? I have no problem with that. Gerry is in California, so let's get tacos.
Tacos. Man, tacos are deadly. Street tacos. You
That'd
just
give me
eat.
the backdoor trots for sure.
Man, you can just keep on eating those. It's like, I don't know what it is about them.
Yeah, James, they had Firestones on them. Yeah, they had Firestones. I had a Ford Ranger that had them. The sports track had them too. So, yeah, they were causing people to die, lose control of the car and die. But my ADT Ford Ranger that I had Firestones on it, and I had many a blowouts on the freeway with those things. I didn't obviously crash or die. Is it time to build a position in VXX? I actually don't want to own the VIX personally myself. Let's see, VXX. Yeah, short-term ETN. Because doesn't the VIX? I thought the VXX was maybe that's just the TVIX. I think just the TVIX does it. Now that I think about it, I think they bleed off, which means that if it goes down 3% and it goes up 3%, you're still down.
So you're thinking you want to buy the VIX because we're going to crash and it's going to go up, right? Dang,
Yeah.
that thing.
I think he's probably right. If it's a time to buy, it would be probably right on Monday morning.
Yeah, look at that. Jeez.
Because I think that the GIB is going to shut down. I really do. The market is up 170 points right now, so that means that the VIX is probably down. It's very rare that the market's up and the VIX is up. That's very rare. That's a red flag if it is. But yeah, I would say right now, if you're going to go that route, I think it'd be a good play. It's not something I normally do because every time I've ever played the VIX, I've gotten screwed. But the thing is like you can look at it. It's like look at the Monday spike, for example, right? Like you could have made a killing on it, but you're sometimes waiting around for that forever. You're waiting around for that black swan event. Let me go back to the intraday on that one. See VXX.
What about?
Didn't it get up to like 20? Yeah, it spiked up to like 30, almost 32.
Let me look at something here. What about buying some calls?
Time to build a position. Well, he didn't say he was going to buy it or do calls or something. You could buy a call.
I mean, the calls are fairly cheap. I mean,
at the money, sell a put and buy a call.
At the money, December call was about $400 for 25. At the money, December 25 strike is about $400. That's not. I don't know.
Let's see what happens on Monday. I might. Who knows? Maybe I'll buy a call on it. Maybe I'll sell a put and buy a call. BF Goodrich and you have Royal are both on. Okay, Michelin. Michelin sounds like they're the company. Sounds like they're one of the best companies at this point. Goodyear probably too. Let's see here. Sleep just as good as my $50, but yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. $7,000 loss. Get to write that off. Finishing my lecture. I thought you already finished it. I can't believe autocorrect screwed that up. Yeah, I thought you already finished it. Boone is near the AT, about an hour and a half from me. Yeah, Boone. The thing is they're all like, I don't believe that he's a good outdoorsman. I just don't. Just because he's not even a good hiker. It's just He's not in the reserve either. Dog the Bounty Hunter's on it, Gerry.
Yeah, he's done for.
He's done. Dog knows something that everybody else doesn't know.
Dog's on the case. He went and knocked on the front door. He knows what's going on.
Well, you know what? You got to give Dog credit. He's not in the reserve. He's probably in the AT somewhere or whatever. Like, at least he had that, So, but the thing is, also the FBI knows way more than we do too. So they're just not releasing it. Rebecca, I just realized you actually redacted your comment. Legendary. She's a redactor, folks. Better safe than sorry. I don't know what she said, but if Goodrich and Royal are both owned by Michelin and corporations must. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Ooh, how about this, James? Who makes all the tractor tires, big rig, semi-truck tires, that type of thing?
Oh, God. Those are retreads.
They go through tires like crazy.
Yeah, they go through them like crazy because they're retreads.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you see big old freaking tires in the middle of the damn road.
The alligators.
Yeah, well, as far as you're talking about I was going to say bulldozer, but there's no tires in bulldozer. It's, like front loaders and stuff like that. Those are like a $15,000 tires, those damn things are,
They usually last for a long freaking time, too.
That's why they're $15,000 a pop.
Yeah.
I don't know who makes those, but I think Michelin does make big rig tires, though. Big rig tires aren't cheap. I'm not talking about retreads either.
No, they're highly expensive.
Yeah, I was because didn't Chris buy new tires for his bus? Those things weren't cheap.
You're looking at 22.5-inch tires. They're like freaking over $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, I think he paid more for the tires than he did for his actual bus.
Yeah.
I think he paid like $3,500 for the bus or something like that, and he had to get new tires like the day that he got down there or whatever. And it's like he paid more for the tires. Oh man, but I definitely did put a profit on that bed, but not exactly. You got enough headboard banging out of it though. Let's see here. Futures are up. Yes, they are. They're up quite a bit actually. Yeah. So no, we don't have a repeat of last Sunday. Jeez, that was crazy. Just out of the blue, like, oh, we're down 300 points. So, and we wake up and we're down 500. Maybe I should have started on OnlyFans. Could have written it off. You could, yeah. You probably could have written that off then. Now you're thinking like a smart lady. Everything's an investment. Let's see here. I'm trying to get down because I think we're way behind still. It's an annual payout, so probably the loan officer got confused. It's called the Alaskan Permanent Dividend Fund. The payout varies from. Do you have to pay taxes on that, Gerry, or is it qualified dividends?
Should be qualified.
It's probably not. It's probably who knows? Does it come from oil? It could be. It could be a K1.
K1.
It
actually probably is a K1.
Oh God!
Think about it.
Does anybody know? Oh man, I wouldn't want to live there if I had a K1. Oh God, that's funny. See, I like the idea of pulling a camper and pulling it with a Chevrolet Silverado diesel. I don't want to go that route. That's not the route I'm going to go. I just don't. I can't do it. I can't do a pull behind. I don't know why though. I'm just going to tow a vehicle, a sidekick or something.
I just don't want to back into stuff. I'm sure you get good at it after a while, but
yeah, like backing a big rig up.
Ford Ford actually has automatic trailer backing.
That's never heard of that.
Yeah,
I just watched this
they
commercial the
have
other day.
they have
What?
these stickers that they put on the trailer tongue, and the backup camera focuses in on that, and it'll steer for you to keep it straight.
So it only keeps it straight. It actually doesn't say, you know what, I want to back up right here. It just does it for you.
Well, I don't know. No, I don't want to do that. But it'll keep you from jackknifing.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I was just watching a commercial today, a Buick commercial. That girl, she's in in a car with a bunch of people, and she's like, "Oh, the greatest thing about this car, I don't have to parallel park." And why does she got to hold her hands up for the video? It's like, do we not, because if she actually had her, seems for the commercial, they have to Anyways, I just thought it was stupid. I'm just dumb. Going around the country. Yeah, I was surprised, man. That freaking 92V, Gerry. 6 miles to the gallon or something. Wow. As for Alaska guy, he was way out of the boonies, so got to give and take. I'm not sure what he's responding to. I just met someone this weekend that sold their Class A and is buying a Black Series camper to go to Alaska from Orlando. Black Series aren't cheap. I saw some pretty good deals on Facebook Marketplace, Gerry. I found a 4-wheel drive van that got converted. Had the whole works on it. It was all blacked out and shit. It was like 11 grand too. Brand new Triton engine in it.
Sportmobile. They actually have they actually make those here in my town. They're pretty badass vans, but they're expensive. New ones anyway.
Yeah. Facebook Marketplace. There's some pretty good deals out there, surprisingly. There's a requirement if you have a live there for a minimum amount of a property there, Oak say. Well, technically that's the requirement for a lot of states for domiciling, but let's see here. I'm not sure. It varies from year to year for person. Yeah. Do you know if it's a K1? That's interesting. I'm vaccinated, so whatever. I can get on a Delta flight or whatever airline. You don't have to be vaccinated to get on an airline. I just got vaccinated so I could go back to the strip club. Strip clubs wouldn't require vaccination. They're like the oldest profession in the world. That's funny.
I'm not going to put anything past any industry.
Do you think it's time to buy VIX as insurance? I've never played the insurance game. It's probably not a bad move, but I mean, we're not going to get a big pullback, I don't think. We're not going to get a 30% pullback. So as long as you're okay with like a 5 to 10%, then I just don't play. I've never played the whole insurance game. I wish I could, but I just don't have the intestinal fortitude to do it. See, laughing out loud. See, I'm fine with a no-fly list getting shared. Flying is a privilege, not a right. Can't act right. There's a difference between defending yourself and straight. But that's the problem I have, though, is there's no due process. That's the problem. They just tell you, you're being unruly, you're done, you're screwed. You're screwed the rest of your life.
It's just one decision. It's like, okay, you got in a fight, you're both freaking out.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So that's the problem I have with it. See here. What strikes did you do for your options plays from last week? Are you doing these regularly every 45 days? Yeah, well, I put on a new set every week. So every time a new expiry opens up, I put a new set on. So what do I have on right now? I got for the IWM, I have a 193 strike. For the SPY, I have a 380 strike. For the Qs, I have a 310 strike. For the ARC K, I have a 90 strike.
Thought I was going to be safer than you on the Art K.
What do you have?
I got the 95.
You can't get safer than Dave, Gerry.
Guess not. I got $1.13 for mine.
That is probably as low as I could go, probably. I don't know if it was, but let's see here. You trying to parrot MDB? You can't parrot now. It's been too late for that. Yes, I live in Treasure Coast. What city you live in? Yeah, I don't know what the Treasure Coast actually is. I know what they call the West Coast, but every time they say that, I always assume they're talking about California, but it's not. I meant to say you should have put you should be in good terms of reception. Ottawa is 4 hours east of Toronto, 2 hours west of Montreal. I thought Montreal's not that far. Is Montreal that far? Wait.
Sorry.
I didn't know that Ottawa's in between. Montreal's. I was working in Rome, New York, and I was going to go to Montreal.
Treasure Coast is Palm Beach.
Where's Palm Beach?
West Palm Beach is the Treasure Coast.
Yeah, I don't know where. I'm not. West Palm Beach. I'm drawing a blank where that is. West Palm Beach.
That would be north of Miami, north of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's like the retirement area.
Well, yeah, we're talking names here.
Delray Beach. There's a lot of retirement folks that live down there. Boca Raton. Oh, that whole area is like a retirement community. Let's see here. Damn, skipped on me, Gerry. Holy cow, we're way behind. I'm trying to go for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm trying to get through these. I don't like to leave anybody hanging. Let's see here. Dave, I was just watched the Dave Ramsey video you did. I had a lot of hate on that video. Apparently I wasn't right about what I said, but I swear 2 years ago I heard Dave Ramsey talk about bonds. But maybe I was wrong. Let's see here. Do $5 put spread on blue chip stocks. Nice lower risk, steady premium.
I kind of don't agree with the lower risk thing.
Especially if there's spreads. But I understand why he'd be using them here because they're probably more expensive stocks.
Yeah.
Altria. What's Altria's price right now?
Too high.
That's $48, Gerry.
Yeah, it needs to be 40.
Let's see here. MO, BTI, VUVV. Can't say no to this stocks. British Tobacco. Isn't that a company, a Canadian company?
That's United
Kingdom. Never mind. Jeez, I don't know shit. Yeah, I guess it's British Tobacco. Oh man, I live in. Yeah, that's another retirement area. That's where all the retirement people go that post on Seeking Alpha or run some sort of subscription service. Delray Beach. Let's see here. CLF, FCX might be a good for smaller.
Material sector has been hit hard this past week.
Cliff Natural Resource. What's that? What's CX? Is that FedEx?
Cleveland Cliffs and Freeport.
Macaron.
Yeah. And U.S. Steel. Put those three on your watch list.
Gerry knows best. Great live stream. Hey, thanks a lot. If you've had to take off, James, I know it's probably pretty late where you're at. Thanks for the options, non-financial advice. What's that mean?
Not sure.
Oh man. Yeah. Internet relay chat. Yeah, I don't know what the M standard for, but yeah, it's pretty much it was hot in the 90s. That's when most people used it. I want 100 shares of Highland because I'm Specky Becky. Fight me. A lot of people got their ass handed to them in Highland. Viewers can report a comment to YouTube. This will delete a comment. Yeah, maybe, but there'd be no reason to delete some of these comments that were
Yeah,
deleted.
exactly.
There's no
'Cause there was
bad
nothing. Yeah.
there's no bad language in there. Like honestly, I've never really had anybody I've never had anybody cuss in any of my comments ever the whole time I'm running a YouTube channel. So I delete a lot of spam comments and I have a lot of spam filters that block those immediately anyway. But I've never had anybody swear or really say anything really nasty to me in any comments. But I can understand that too. I don't know. Jerry, have you ever reported a comment? I've never reported it. I've reported spammers and stuff, but I've never reported like
Not just a
I've never
regular
watched
comment.
YouTube channels. Some like watch other YouTube channels, RVing or whatever. I've never reported I never reported a comment.
Yeah, I don't even thumbs down videos. Like we get like thumbs down. It's like what are you what? I don't
I've thumbs down
understand.
like one video, maybe two videos in my life. And it's because I was in a hurry to find an answer to a tech question, and the title did not have anything to do with what I was watching, so I thumbs down the video. So apparently it doesn't make a difference anyway. But I do have chronic thumbs downers. Um, people with people problem with people moving to Florida for DeSantis policies that his term is limited. Yeah, it's true. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know if they're moving there for his policies. They're moving there for Florida policies in general, right? No taxes, right? They do charge a lot for water, and there's a lot of toll roads there, but you got to make your money somehow, I suppose. In general, it's a pretty free state. I just don't like being blocked by three sides of water. I don't like that. And you got to leave the area every year for some big hurricane named
yeah.
storm. See, Specky Becky sounds like a dermatologist nightmare. Jeez. STD. See here. Can we get through some of those? Well, I do have freckles. Does she have freckles? Nah. She doesn't have a lot of freckles. You're not redhead. VXX also has great option spreads. Yeah. See what it does tomorrow. If the market's up, it might not be a bad play to get into it, especially ahead of the September 30th government shutdown, right? Because I believe that the government shutdown will cause pressure in the markets. I think it has every time it's done it before. It always causes downward pressure. FYI, I was fully engaged in the I thought it was I was going to say Francisco, but in the Firestone recall. And I will personally tell you that I will never know the truth. It's not a tire problem as much as it was a design flaw in the vehicle. Really? Why is it when they stuck on replacement tires that weren't Firestone, there was no more issues?
He explains a little more down below.
The slash VX is down to 19.5. Yeah. The Ford Explorer it wasn't just the Ford Explorer really, but had 100% Firestone fitments. One reason is because other manufacturers wouldn't build the tire to pass the specs Ford wanted to make the car run better on low tire pressures. I don't know.
I don't know. Bernie's back though.
Bernie's back! Yay! Let me freaking block this user first. Oh,
That's
wouldn't
Bernie.
let me block him. Did somebody already block him?
Maybe.
Put user in timeout. Maybe I need to get some more freaking mods in here to block those types of people. Low pressures is what created the problem. Well, you got the TPMS, whatever the hell it is, which I think is a brilliant idea, by the way. I have it on my car. It's It's annoying though sometimes because if they're over pressurized, like I put mine at 35, then they alarm for that too. But why is Adolf Hitler living up to his name right now? Yeah, I put it in a timeout, but it wouldn't let me block for some reason. Let's see here. Are all manufacturers make semi tires pretty? I didn't know that. Continental is another one I think I see on there. Goodyear's. All of them have. Is that carcasses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean those things they blow and break off all the time. It's a chronic issue for big rigs. Yeah. Let's see here. I guess all good's going to bed. We piqued your fun interest. You sure are laughing at me for being vaccinated at a strip club, but if you get one of those close enough to your face, how do you get? How do you get? How do you get COVID from being close to something down there?
Might want to get more than the COVID vaccination.
Yeah, you might need to get a Q-tip swab. Maybe that's why I'm vaccinated. Let's see, I mean Francisco. No, Gerry, Treasure Coast is 50 miles north of West Palm Beach. I never heard of those areas before. Hobo Sound to Sebastian. So I've been to. Let me see. How far did I go? So I've been to Cocoa Beach. So I went to the Kennedy Space Center. I've been to Melbourne. I think that's as far south as I went. So I've been close to where he's talking about. Honestly, Cocoa Beach man, that place is. I think there's a lot of drugs in that area. I think a lot of the East Coast of Florida's got a lot of drugs.
Oh, there's all
Daytona
kinds of
Beach,
coke.
for example.
All kind of coca going through there.
There is, and the problem is that place shut down. We went there to Cocoa Beach. We go out to try to get dinner, and everything was shut down, like at 9 o'clock at night. No wonder there's drugs. Nothing's open. Nothing to do. Make it rain. See here, I have enough privates. I see enough privates. I never heard anybody complain about that. Let's see here. Gerry, what's another couple ETFs you might consider pairing with your QQQ in the 250K paper challenge? Well, he still needs to get out of RWLD first. Yeah. Gerry, comment on that one.
I don't know. IWM would be a good one, in my opinion. It really depends. I mean, you can diversify and go into the SPY, and maybe sell a couple Qs, a SPY, and an IWM. But I almost think that it's almost the same, right? I mean, if the market's gonna challenge you, it's gonna challenge pretty much everything. So is it really worth it to be diversified? Because it's going to affect everything anyway. So I don't know.
Well, depends on what ETFs is talking about here, because I'm in NUSI, I'm in Devo, I'm in JEPI, I'm in RYLD in a different account. I'm in XYLD, QYLD. There are different strategies. So they're going to act different when something goes down. That was my plan anyway. I'm hoping that, like, say, NUSI doesn't go down as much, and I can move stuff out of NUSI into something else to recover, right?
I was just talking about the main, because the main thing is selling puts on QQQ, right? In that portfolio. So, what else would you sell puts on? I don't know if it's necessary to even go to anything else.
No. You could replace QQQQ with our IWM and sell calls against that.
Yeah.
You'd probably make more money, but it's not. I would hate if you did that because it's not a comparison to the QQQ to the QYLD side. You'd have to put RYLD over there, Gerry,
Yeah, exactly.
and that would force you to get RYLD out of the other side. Oh man. Let's see here. You get paid to see privates. Yeah. What a job that is.
System.
Jeez. I should have been a nurse. I should have been a male nurse. I should have been a Darth Dividend. Lots of you're wound females all the time. Man. In IT, there's no females, so in engineering brains, you're like literally you're like kryptonite to women.
I guess
So
you don't want to be a.
Cash
Guess you don't want to be a.
Indonusi,
Guess you don't want to be a garbage man either. Oh
they probably
wait,
have better luck than engineers do.
are they even called garbage men anymore?
No, they're called trash services
Waste
or
collection,
refuge
refuse collectors. Yeah.
engineers.
Jeez.
Cash Indonusi doing puts on what?
That was just the elaboration of the above question.
Apparently, I have. Awesome chat as always. Thank you both. Have a happy trading. Yeah, let's all have a good one. We'll get to the bottom. Thanks, MDB. I haven't lost my hat over RYLD. HYLN. Thankfully, it's highly on. Cost base is 10. Well, $10 probably fine. It shouldn't go lower than that, right? Shouldn't. I stay away from the hype. Yeah, you're fine, but I just, I don't even know why you're in it still at this point. It's just dead money. Not to snitch. Snitches get stitches. But this Hitler guy in the live stream comments have been throwing out a bunch of obscenities and redacting them. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Shadow
I think
banned.
we need to put a few people in with some wrenches in here.
Well, Rebecca's got a wrench. She's been in the whole time.
Yeah, what the heck, Rebecca?
All good's a wrench. Well,
Yeah,
she
what the heck,
she
all
left,
good.
but yeah, I put some other wrenches in there. I just need to know who. Normally, I just do. Normally, I just put in YouTubers in there because technically, if I give them a wrench, they can actually go into my comments and stuff on my YouTube channel and delete stuff out of there too. So it's like you got to have people you trust, I thought I booted the Hitler guy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I timed the Hitler dude out. I don't know who Hitler is.
I think it's Bernie.
You think that's Bernie?
Could be.
I think he said Bernie came back, Gerry.
That was Bernie. That's what I was talking about. Hitler.
Oh, you just, All the replacement tires were required to run higher. Is that how they got the it came mandatory because of the fire? Okay. Is that how they get the gas mileage? Yeah, we're going to put these up to 40 pounds of pressure. That way we can get a lot more mileage out of them. Miles per gallon out of them. I really like the TPMS system. As long as they don't screw it up and you get new tires put on, hell no. Are we still talking about tires? Yeah, let's get back to the strip club subject matter. Cinnamon Ferrari is running a 2-for-1. What is it? Cinnamon Ferrari is the name of the place, or is that the girl that you have on demand?
Sounds like a chick.
That's a stage name.
Yeah.
It's better than what's a typical one? Bunny.
I don't know. I've never been to one.
I don't know. You never? I've been to quite a few strip clubs, and they're just not my scene. They're just not. I normally get dragged there or something, but I went to one in Florida, and it was down in, and then for the people here from Florida, it was down in Homestead. And I got hit right after, not right after, but I went down there in like 2003 2004, I think 2004, 2005, and it was like not too long after the hurricane. It was a shithole. I felt really bad for those girls because they're a little probably too old to be doing what they're doing. Let's see here. Good night, everybody. Likes these guys. See you. Thanks for the VIX talk. It's cool to own it in a big down day. I agree, but you're gonna be waiting for that down day, which is what I don't want to deal with. But my luck, not my luck. You'll get into it to work out perfectly for you, but it won't work for me. Let's see here. I can make it every single Sunday. I can't make it every single Sunday, but would be cool to be a moderator. In kindergarten, I wouldn't do my own work. I would instead supervise all the other children and make sure they were working. Did you ever eat paste in kindergarten, Gerry?
No.
It was so tempting to eat that paste that came in those like little tubs with a little stick. I don't know. I ate it.
I used to like putting the glue on your fingers and then peeling it off. I used to like.
Yeah, I did that too. Why would someone elect a 3% dividend yield dividend aristocrat when they could buy something like, wow, wouldn't 7% reinvested be? That's a tough question.
Yeah, because you're not considering the CAGR of the 3% yielder if they have a CAGR. Typically, these XYLDs, QYLDs, all that won't have them at all. So eventually, that 3% yield will smoke the 7%.
We're talking about like over 20, 30 years.
Yeah, given enough time, and they continue to have a CAGR.
Yeah, especially if it's like a pretty good CAGR too.
Yeah,
10% and above. So, yeah, I think Gerry did a video on that, but there's a lot of other videos on that too, talking about starting yield versus high starting yield with a low CAGR versus a low starting yield and a high CAGR. And the low CAGR or the high CAGR and the low starting yield usually smokes, just like Gerry said. Night. Yeah, we're gonna call it here, folks. My stage name would be Spook Show, baby. Love that song by Rob Zombie.
Spook Show.
Jeez. You know what, folks? We appreciate it that everybody showed up, had fun. Even though we have Bertie Sanders coming in there trying to knock us off our game and stuff, but the market it's coming back a little bit, but we're still up about 150 points on the Dow. So we appreciate everybody hanging out, and let's everybody have a great week. Be careful of Thursday. So, hey, Gerry, you want to say anything? You're good.
No, I'm good. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you next time.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We'll see y'all later.